Hi guys, I'm here with your Bible reading for today. See that? I always got a piece of fuzz in my hair, and I do not know where it's coming from. Every time I put my hair down, there's fuzz in my hair. I don't know. But once again, I'm having a really bad day with my lungs. I got up this morning. I had to get up because I had so much mucus that I couldn't hardly swallow, it was getting stuck in my throat, couldn't hardly breathe. So I got up to take a mucus pill, and then I went back to bed a little bit later and got up, and Cindy and Mom and Abby came to visit us, and after they left, my lungs started getting real bad again. Started getting that real deep down wheezing, like when you got bronchitis, real down deep in your lungs. So I had to do my breathing treatment already today, which was a few hours ago. And I put vapor rub on my chest and Sherm put it on my back for me. And I just had to take another mucus pill because the mucus was really bad again. So, I don't know what's going on, but I was going to call my doctor and remind her that I wanted referred to another lung doctor because my lung doctor is just not keeping up on my CAT scans like he's supposed to. I was supposed to have another one in April, and they never did call me for one. And every time I call them to tell them, they tell me that I canceled, and no, I have not. They've done that to me ever since. That receptionist treated me like crap there that one time, and I started crying when I went back in the office, and they begged me to tell them what was wrong because I was so upset. My blood pressure was really high, and my pulse rate was really high, and I told them I didn't want to get anybody in trouble, and they promised me that nobody would know that I said anything, and I told what that girl had said to me, and ever since then, they have treated me like crap at that place. Ever since then. That is no joke. Ever since then, they've treated me that way. And keep saying that I cancel my appointments, and I don't, because I always keep up on my lung appointments. So I need to find me another lung doctor because my lungs are getting really worse. But my doctor's office might be closed by the time I get done. What time is it? 3:19. I should still have time to call when we get done here. I don't think they go out till 5, but I'm not sure. It's just so hard to get a deep breath, guys. So I apologize if I take little short breaths here in between. Where they're trying to get Paul killed, or put back in prison. He's already been put in prison and beat and everything else. And they still want him dead. They're just not going to leave him alone. Same way they were with Jesus. And the only reason they're doing it to Paul is because he is spreading the good news about Jesus. That's the only reason. So let's begin with Acts chapter 25. It'll be Paul's trial before Festus. 3 days after arriving in the province, Festus went up to Caesarea to Jerusalem, where the chief priests and the Jewish leaders appeared before him and presented the charges against Paul. They requested Festus as a favor to them to have Paul transferred to Jerusalem, for they were preparing an ambush to kill him along the way. Festus answered, "Paul is being held at Caesarea, and I myself am going there soon. Let some of your leaders come with me, and if the man has done anything wrong, they can press charges against him there." After spending 8 or 10 days with them, Festus went down to Caesarea. The next day he convened the court and ordered that Paul be brought before him. When Paul came in, the Jews who had come down from Jerusalem stood around him. They brought many serious charges against him, but they could not prove them. Then Paul made his defense. I have done nothing wrong against the Jewish law, or against the temple, or against Caesar. Festus, wishing to do the Jews a favor, said to Paul, Are you willing to go up to Jerusalem and stand trial before me there on these charges? Paul answered, I am now standing before Caesar's court, where I ought to be tried. I have not done any wrong to the Jews, as you yourself know very well. If, however, I am guilty of doing anything deserving death, I do not refuse to die. But if charges brought against me by Jews are not true, no one has the right to hand me over to them. I appeal to Caesar. After Festus had conferred with the council, he declared, You have appealed to Caesar. To Caesar you will go. Now Festus is going to consult King Agrippa. A few days later, King Agrippa and Bernice arrived at Caesarea to pay their respects to Festus. Since they were spending many days there, Festus discussed Paul's case with the king. He said, There is a man here whom Felix left as prisoner. When I went to Jerusalem, the chief priests and the elders of the Jews brought charges against him and asked that he be condemned. I told them, It is not the Roman custom to hand over anyone before they have faced their accusers and have had an opportunity to defend themselves against the charges. When they came here with me, I did not delay the case, but convened the court the next day and ordered the man to be brought in. When his accusers got up to speak, they did not charge him with any of the crimes I had expected. Instead, they had some points of dispute with him about their own religion and about a dead man named Jesus, who Paul claimed was alive. I was at a loss how to investigate such matters, so I asked if he would be willing to go to Jerusalem and stand trial there on these charges. But when Paul made his appeal to be held over for the emperor's decision, I ordered him held until I could send him to Caesar. Then Agrippa said to Festus, I would like to hear this man myself. He replied, Tomorrow I will hear him. Now you're going to hear about Paul before Agrippa. The next day, Agrippa and Bernice came with great pomp and entered the audience room with the high-ranking military officers and the prominent men of the city. At the command of Festus, Paul was brought in. Festus said, King Agrippa, and all who are present with us, you see this man. The whole Jewish community has petitioned me about him in Jerusalem and here in Caesarea, shouting that he ought not to live any longer. I found he had done nothing deserving of death, but because he made his appeal to the emperor, I decided to send him to Rome. But having nothing definite to write to his majesty about him, therefore I have brought him before all of you, and especially before you, King Agrippa, so that as a result of this investigation, I may have something to write. For I think it is unreasonable to send a prisoner on to Rome without specifying the charges against him. What's going to happen to Paul? Are they going to send him to Rome? Are they going to keep him there and kill him? What are they going to do? Are they going to give in and have him killed? I don't know. You have to wait and see, because that's where we're going to stop with Acts for today. We'll pick up again tomorrow, God willing. Let me make sure this video is still playing real quick. Been having problems with it again today. Okay, it is. Good. Psalm 5 is what we're reading today for our psalm. It's for the director of music for pipes, a psalm of David, which you know are my favorite. Wish I could breathe. Listen to my words, Lord. Consider my lament. Hear my cry for help, my King and my God. For you I pray. In the morning, Lord, you hear my voice. In the morning I lay my requests before you and wait expectantly. For to you I pray. For you are not a God who is pleased with wickedness. With you, evil people are not welcome. The arrogant cannot stand in your presence. You hate all who do wrong. You destroy those who tell lies. The bloodthirsty and deceitful, you, Lord, detest. But I, by your great love, can come into your house. In reverence, I bow down toward your holy temple. Lead me, Lord, in your righteousness because of my enemies. Make your way straight before me. Not a word from their mouth can be trusted. Their heart is filled with malice. Their throat is an open grave. With their tongues they tell lies. Declare them guilty, O God. Let their intrigues be their downfall. Banish them for their many sins, for they have rebelled against you. But let all who take refuge in you be glad. Let them ever sing for joy. Spread your protection over them, that those who love your name may rejoice in you. Surely, Lord, you bless the righteous. You surround them with your favor as with a shield. And that was Psalm 5, a Psalm of David. And lastly, for our Bible reading today, we're going to read Proverbs chapter 18, verse 19. And it's getting dark. It's supposed to storm. I think they said starting around 4. And it's about 3:30 now. It's supposed to storm all night, I heard. My aunt told me. So Proverbs 18:19. A brother wronged is more unyielding than a fortified city. Disputes are like the barred gates of a citadel. Believe me, I know what that verse means all too well. I've got 3 sisters. You make any one of them mad, well, only my closest family and friends know how they do. They want to destroy your whole life if you make them mad about anything. Especially one of my sisters. Very, very bad. If you don't do everything that she wants you to do, exactly when she wants you to do it, how she wants you to do it, she'll keep my niece and nephew from me, which she still is. She trashes me, makes fun of me, had my house trashed and my car trashed, had 666 carved into the trailer we were living in because they knew how much I loved the Lord. Put fake blood all over my trailer and car and harassed me every single day. Literally. I mean, yeah, it was bad. It was bad. But the only sister that I have that has anything to do with me, that I have anything to do with, is I love them all, regardless of what they've done to me, but Melly and I, my youngest sister, are the only ones that talk now. I mean, Melly talks to Shelly, but Mindy can't stand Melly, and Melly can't stand Mindy, and Mindy can't stand me, and then Mindy was mad at Shelly, but I think her and Shelly's still talking, but I don't know. Shelly don't like me because Mindy don't like me. Mindy turned Shelly against me, and she stopped letting me see her son, my nephew. But Melly brought him out here last month, I think, when she brought her kids out. And I got my picture taken with all of them, and she sent them to me. Which it really meant a lot to me, because I hadn't seen my one sister's son since he was 4 years old, and he's like 9 or 10 now, maybe even going on 11. His birthday's next month, August 4th actually, or August 6th. I mean, I gotta get him a birthday card sent out next month as well. Hopefully he'll be allowed to have it. But yeah, I know about that verse all too well. Yeah. There's nothing like the wrath of a sibling. In my family, anyways. So, yeah. I don't want to get into it anymore because I don't like talking about people, but just wanted to let you guys know how true that verse is. So I will let you guys go. Let's bring those souls to Jesus. Hope you guys keep power tonight, since we're supposed to have a storm. And God willing, I'll see you guys all again tomorrow with another Bible reading. Bye, guys. God bless.